Here's a look at some of the other things you need to know. Apple is engaged in a battle with the FBI over the privacy of iPhone users. The FBI wants Apple to decrypt a phone belonging to one of the shooters in the San Bernardino terror attacks. The phone is password protected, and trying to get into the phone without the password could result in all of its data being deleted due to an iPhone security feature. Apple refused to help the FBI, saying they didn't have the technology to decrypt an individual phone. This morning, a federal judge mandated Apple to develop a decryption method. Well, Apple's statement opposing the court order is sparking a discussion about weighing our privacy concerns with our sense of security. News 8's Madeline O'Neill spoke with Apple experts and users from our area to see where they stand in the debate.
That's right, Lisa. Apple says giving over technology could set a dangerous precedent and even breach millions of their customers' privacy. Some local users have the same concerns, but finding answers to balancing privacy with national security is not an easy task.
When it comes to getting into a locked phone without erasing its data,
customers will come in and they'll have forgotten their passcodes. There's no way around that for us.
the FBI runs into the same issue as the average Apple customer.
You call Apple, you convince them that this customer actually owns the device. It's not going to do them any good. In the end, it's still going to erase the device.
Apple's CEO and others worry that if they help the government bypass that auto-erase technology, it would be a slippery slope.
If you end up opening a door, even just for one case, then you're going to be wondering, all right, so here's the next scenario, and it's just a little bit further to being problematic.
Locals also worry that letting the good guys in for the right reasons can just as easily let the bad guys in for the wrong ones.
If they get this for just one event, which I mean everyone understands that's kind of important to know what's going on, that anyone can do it, not only the US but China and a bunch of other countries can start accessing, and hackers too.
That'd be a dangerous tool for somebody who had bad intentions.
But balancing privacy concerns with security.
National security is not a small thing, and if you can try to avoid some huge tragedy, then you should probably be trying to do that.
Is a bit of a balancing act.
Definitely a fine line.
And lights up a meaningful conversation without clear-cut answers.
I don't really know where that line has to be drawn, but there definitely has to be some debate and look very closely on what they're asking for.
I think that's probably going to be an age-long debate. You know, where is it okay to invade people's privacy for the sake of security? And I don't think I have an answer for that.
Now, technically, Apple has 5 days to respond, saying that the court order is overly burdensome.
All right, so at this point, where does it go moving forward here?
Right, well, Apple's CEO has pledged to fight federal demands for the technology to bypass the encryption on the phone. And with the company's history of being protective of their users' privacy, some experts say this could be the beginning of a fierce legal battle.
All right, we'll have to wait to see what happens. Thank you so much, Madeline. We appreciate your time.